This is where you guys go ape. We are waiting for Henry. You're watching the Extended Play Sessions live. Was a time for it all went wrong. Poor lads are dry, sweet muscat calm. Falling down these one-ways and afterthoughts, potholes fill with haloed ground. Still alive. The things that we never said, please take me back. Hackett's Town. Black on rain, stone cold and overdrawn. Between the red too many souls are gone. Bearing down these one-ways and afterthoughts, potholes filled with haloed ground. Still alive, and the things that we never said, please take me back. Hackett's Town. Falling down these one-ways and afterthoughts, potholes filled, haloed ground. Still alive, the things that we never said, please take me back. Hackett's Town. Falling down, falling down. Falling down, falling down. Thank you. I can talk? All right, so wait, I got an announcement for, thank you guys all for coming out. Wait. Did I just say that? Thank you guys all for coming out on this glorious snowy night. You're brave rock and roll souls. The spirit of rock and roll is alive here tonight. And just for all our friends back home in Chicago and New Jersey and New York, who we told that, don't just work with me here, that we were playing Gillette Stadium out in Foxborough tonight here in Mass. I just want you guys to know there was a weather emergency here. They closed the stadium. We had to move it here to Norwood. And all 60 people at Foxborough are here tonight. It's a song about America. It's called Buy American. It's for Bill Hurley. Thanks, man. Long roads and open arms keep this country safe from harm. Lift your hearts and buy American. Shining towers, deep disguise. Sell them shorthand, fame surprise. Hallelujah, buy American. We are marching on quicksand skyways. What kind of blood is in your heart? Waiting lines of discontentment, all cigarettes and falling stars. Pass the bottle around and buy American. Long hard roads, open arms. Clouds of indecision here, closing hours. We are marching on quicksand skyways. What kind of blood is in your heart? Waving lines of discontent, cigarettes and falling stars. Pass the bottle, pass the bottle round. Behold this truth self-evident and buy American. Thank you.
How's everybody doing on YouTube? You guys are on YouTube? Did you give us the click? We're rolling. This is called Wish You the Moon. Oh, not yet. No audio yet. Waiting for Bill. 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, it's called Wish You the Moon.
Did you just say that?
Wish you the moon. It's too much to ask you, but you stay right here and be all mine. Sure they all know ya. When you come around, you blow their mind. But I know where you're coming from. Yeah, I know where you're coming from. Wish you the moon if you get there soon. Wish you the moon. too much to ask you, but you stay right here and be all mine. I'll put you there, I'll know ya. When you come around, you blow their mind. But I know where you're coming from, so leave yourself some room to run. Where you'll never know if you get there soon. Wish you know. Wish you know. Oh yeah, I wish you know. Is it too much to ask you? Would you stay right here and be all mine? Where you're coming from. Yeah, I know where you're coming from. Where you'll know you get there soon. Wish you know. Wish you to know. I wish you oh yeah.
Thank you. That was Dave. He right with that.
Next song. Oh, we gotta switch. It's exciting. No cameras? No cameras. No cameras, no audio. On three, give me a name. 1, 3. Something just break.
All right. I think we said this before, but thank you guys for coming out. We're waiting for Henry from Chicago, New York, New Jersey. So we have an old new album out. I guess it's old because we put it out last year. And we had this amazing, joyous luck in life that occasionally almost never happens. But we got lucky enough to have Mitch Easter, who produced the first 3 REM albums, produce it for us. And this song, I had sent my favorite acoustic guitar down ahead of time so we could use it and record with it because I was so proud of it. And we pull it out to record the song. And Mitch says, Dave, he's from North Carolina. He says, Dave, that is a beautiful guitar. Do you want to use that one? I said, well, yeah, sure. Or do you want to use the guitar that has been on every important #1 single in the indie rock world known to mankind for the last 40 years? What are you talking about, Mitch? He said, well, Dave, it's been on Don't Go Back to Rockville, Radio Free Europe, Pretty Persuasion, Perfect Circle. I said yes. So if you guys get a chance to listen to the record, the guitar Peter Buck played on everything known to mankind that's important to me is on this song. So.
The clock strikes 4 a.m. Whatever happened to this Saturday night? Another battle's over, now thrown into the fire again. Hold on tight, jump in here.
Whatever happens, please don't remember me as I am into the fire. Yeah. Set the picture for a happier time. You could shine and let it all fall in. Thrown into the fire again. Thrown into the fire again. Again. Take the ladders from here to the waterfall. Take the ladders away. Doesn't matter now. Acid rain, gutter ball, no surprise. Mister, can you tell me where to go? Thrown into the fire again. Set the peaks for a happier time. We could shine and let it all fall in. Now thrown into the fire again. Thrown into the fire again. Thrown into the fire.
Between songs, Bill. We're not used to this Hollywood pace. Bill, give us a minute. We'll slow it down a little. Okay, yeah, I mean. Guy's taskmaster. We're just getting our sea legs,
Oh, wait.
Bill.
No, we got time because I have to tune up. I know.
Anybody have a spin out on the way here?
Everybody get here alive this year?
So far. We'll slow it down a little bit. We don't want anybody to get hurt up here. Bill, as long as the smoke machine keeps working, we'll be.
That's the coolest thing about this place is the stuff they put in the smoke machine. You'll feel it in about 10 minutes. Wait, my son's watching this. And he just got in trouble for sneaking out last night. So. Sneaking out's legal in Massachusetts. We played at the Bitter End in New York City a couple of months ago, and I had the capo. I forgot to move the capo on this one. We started all proud and big, and it sounded like Steely Dan and on an acid trip for about 10 minutes till we figured out what was wrong.
Oh, yeah, the smoke.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. Thanks, Bill. 1, 2, 3. Name of the song.
It's a song called Matter of Time. We'll try and play this one in the right key. I can hear that front door slamming for 1,000 miles. Sitting here all tongue-tied and praying I'll come back in style. You and me took it all for granted, stole those 15 years. Nothing left but mixed cassettes, tear-stained hearts and auctioneers. My sun rises in the middle of the night, somewhere down the line. Tell me, does it matter, or is it just a matter of time? I I can feel that bad dream a-coming before I fall asleep. If I die before I wake up, well, bless my soul to keep. You and me took it all on chance and lost those 15 years. Nothing left but mixed cassettes, tear-stained hearts, and auctioneers. But my sun rises in the middle of the night, somewhere down the line. Tell me, does it matter, or is it just a matter of time? You say left and I'll go right. Yeah, we're doing fine. Tell me, does it matter, or is it just a matter of time? Tell me, does it matter, or is it just a matter of time? Nothing left here in this wishing well. Spend it all on afterthoughts and last calls. Shot it out to hell. Yeah. That front door slamming for 1,000 miles. Sitting here out tongue-tied, praying in a long far out back in style. My sun rises in the middle of the night, somewhere down the line. Tell me, does it matter, or is it just a matter of time? You say left and not go right. Yeah, we're doing fine. Tell me, does it matter, or is it just a matter of time? Tell me, does it matter, or is it just a matter of time? Tell me, does it matter, or is it just a matter of time? Thank you. That's so far beyond me. Hash what? Hash what? What are you smoking? You gotta ask this guy.
Where do we post our group?
Yeah, we don't have hashtags with us.
What happened to my beer? It's a sign from God.
Can I interrupt really quickly and say this is my first time live on YouTube? And can I reach out to my mom in her living room? Mom, I love you so much. You rock so much. My mom cleaned my Les Paul last week. She said to me in an English accent, "Yep, you've buggered a perfectly beautiful guitar." Hi, Mom.
Well, hold on, this is, all right. Well,
You're live.
this is gonna be our first band fight because Dave just thanked his mom. So now if any other of us thank our mom, it's gonna look really bad. Like it's an afterthought to our moms. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Mom. I can't thank you, but I still love you. But thank you. So, all right, this is a song called Wrong. This is the last song on our new album. And I know. The smoke behind my you-know-what, and it's a song called Wrong. Need a little bit of Novocaine, pour it on and drag it out. I don't really wanna make it rain, just want to understand the soul. Don't twirl around the scene of this new American dream. Nothing's ever really what it seems, no miracles performed here. But you're right, there's something wrong. something wrong. Just wanna turn the tide up, aftermaths and double wides. If I could do anything before I die, I'd pray for consolation. So don't twist the owl about me. Hey, Mr. Chairman, hear me out. I don't really want to jump and shout, just want it like it was before. But you're right, there's something wrong. You're right, there's something wrong. Pour it on, drink it out. It's all into the ground. Pray for rain, waterfalls. Do we need to talk it out? 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 Lead us all into the ground. Pray for rain, waterfalls. Do we need to talk it out? 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 Thank you.
I survived. Thank you.
Where's the thing?
The thing.
I get worried, like, Dave's going to get his finger caught here. And I'm going to have to play the leads. That'll be really bad for all of you. I can only do Rush on lead.
Don't do it.
Don't know? Sorry.
Don't do it.
They don't allow that here? Wait, are we rolling? Yeah. We need help. Do you have a therapist or somebody on? Is there a doctor in the audience?
There she is.
All right. I need a chair first. I need a comfortable chair.
That's on YouTube, right, Bill?
Oh, yeah, this is good. All right.
Oh, hey. Wow. Now I feel like Elvis, finally. There you go. Towels for the horses, whiskey for the girls.
Cold in a trap. I can't walk out.
Nice.
All right, let's go. 1, 2,
Wait.
3.
All right, once.
Called gutter
No,
ball.
I don't want to interrupt you. Hold on, we're having our first band fight.
I'm ready for the
So, we're waiting for Henry. This is a song called Gutter Ball. Gutter Ball. In the lapping hall, filled with chemicals, days of wine and runaways, just memories. 1993's Mr. Stevie, I worked your seat. I can't believe in anything but gutter balls, watching your gutter ball drown in the sea of love and faith. We're stumbling round, we're just gutter balls, watching your gutter ball drown in the sea of love and fear. Yes, my dear, we're going down. California sands, bricks in mortal man, bound to rusting runaway. Children by the millions strong, screaming for another song. Mr. Stevie, I worked your seat. I can't believe in anything but gutter balls, watching your gutter ball drown in the sea of love and faith. We're stumbling round, we're just gutter balls, watching your gutter ball drown in the sea of love and fear. Yes, my dear, we're going down. A plan to save the mortal man, bring us back to better days. There's 6 sides to every question. Whoever asks will we might never find the answer. We're just gutter balls, watching your gutter ball drown in the sea of love and faith. We're stumbling round, we're just gutter balls, watching your gutter ball drown in the sea of love and fear. Yes, my dear, we're going down. Back in 1993. Back in 1993, I was on an acoustic tour with me and my acoustic guitar, opening for Doug Somm from the Texas Tornadoes over in Europe. I had a night off, and I ended up at the Lappen Hall. That's the first verse. In the Lappen Hall in Copenhagen, Denmark. And Gutterball, this band, this indie supergroup, this guy Steve Wynn, who wrote all the songs and is a genius, was playing. The guys went for 4 hours. They made them play the entire set twice. It was such a love fest of rock and roll. And here I am with my acoustic guitar thinking, what am I doing with my life? This is what I want to do. So that was the night that I quit playing acoustic guitar, picked up an electric guitar, formed a band named Henry, and the rest is... And I actually got to meet Steve Wynn about a month ago and give him the record and emailed me back and said he sent the song off to the rest of the band. So that was pretty damn cool.
This tune's called Palms. I wrote it on my birthday. Happened to fall on Palm Sunday. And a buddy of mine with our company, RSL...
Just in case you were wondering what Palms is about, right?
Yeah, it's not about what you think.
Not the Jackson Brown version
So
of
he-
Palms.
Is it my turn to talk?
Sorry.
He talks after his songs and before them, so, you know, where do I... But he is Henry, so I gotta live with it. There he goes. Didn't take that long waiting. And I just lost sound. That was weird.
Did you?
Yeah. Because I am. All right. That's the worst rock intro and history. Here we go. I got to get in the state of mind. So a buddy of mine who's a preacher would lead our morning prayer in our virtual world. He sent me a poem that morning on my birthday, and it was called Palms. I forget the wonderful, talented person who wrote it, but I just picked up my guitar and wrote a song that morning. Anyway, without further ado. I go for palms, you go for majesty, we go for songs, you go for tragedy. But what would you do? 'Cause it could happen to you on the last day of your life. We'll go for palms, you go for imagery, I do the wrongs, you make it right for me. What would you say when it happens that way on the last day of your life? Mastering these of life on the last day of your life. I go for palms, right where you're supposed to be, righting the wrongs, be what you dare to be. And what if she said that you'd be better off dead on the last day of your life, mastering things of life on the last day of your life? We'll go for palms, you'll go for blasphemy, you'll go for anything, right where you're supposed to be. But what if we said we'd be better off dead on the last day of our lives, on the last day? You'd be better off dead on the last day. On the last day, better off dead on the last day.
Thank you.
We never played that one live, so thanks so much.
Wait, we got the thing?
Waiting for Bill. Here he is. Bill, you want to step up here and take some of the limelight? Come on. With that hat, come on. He's got plenty of limelight where he's coming from.
All right. So we all met in upstate New York. That's to the left of here, if you're facing this way, I think. I don't know which way we turn. And so we were in rival bands back in college. Me and Dave were in a band, and Mike was in another band, and we hated each other because we were like the two bands on campus, and like they'd get the freshman formal, or we'd get the freshman formal, or something like that, or they get the bar, we get the bar. So Mike and I moved to New York City after college, and we actually found out we had the same taste in music because we'd end up at the same shows all the time for about 2 years, standing at each other from across the room like this. I'm not sure what happened. At some point, we decided, wait a second, this probably should end and we should be friends, and maybe we should form a band, and the rest is history. And then Dave moved to New York, and then Rob did move to New York because he was already there. And this is kind of about our time in upstate New York and the feeling you get living up there. It's pretty damn beautiful and occasionally sad. It's called Cayuga Y. It's the drum solo. Give it up. Give it up.
From somewhere in Queens off Rockaway Boulevard, Rob Druggy.
Those Trish. Good time, undertow, caught between the pages of the honor roll. But you can rise on these rented ways, anesthetized, Tioga wide. No lesson learned. This book's burning. This book's burning. Tioga wide. There's no pages turned. This book's burning. This book's burning. River down, lovers fell. Everyone's a king here till he proves the well. But you can rise in these rented ways, anesthetized, Tioga wide. No lesson learned. This book's burning. This book's burning. Tioga wide. There's no pages turned. This book's burning. This book's burning. This book's burning. Tioga wide, no lesson learned. This book's burning. This book's burning. Tioga wide, there's no pages turned. This book's burning. This book's burning. And I don't wanna break down. Phone around and around. I don't wanna go. That's in heaven's door. Leave me on the road. I don't wanna go.
You guys are awesome. Thanks for coming out in the snow. Thanks, Eric, for the sound. Thanks, Bill, for convincing us to come down. He's been asking us for 3 years, and we told him we weren't good enough. We were scared to go on camera. Then we were like, maybe we're good enough now to go on the extended play sessions. We'll wait at least 3 years.
Don't click that thing yet. Don't click that yet. You make me look bad, Bill.
Hey, at least with the monkeys, you know, we do play our own instruments. We love the monkeys. Mary, Mary, where are you going to?
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
So Dave and I got a message from God on Thursday. Well, this is a week that we needed. And a year that we needed. We were driving a rehearsal, and I was telling Dave about the greatest Joe Walsh song that I ever heard. It's called Turn to Stone. And he's like, I've never heard it. I've never heard it before. It wasn't that one. So I said, let's just put on the Eagles channel and get some Joe Walsh. I put on the Eagles channel, the second song on. We heard the end of the first song. The next song on was Turn to Stone by Joe Walsh. God answered my prayer. And I realized just then, Joe Walsh began his career in a band called the James Gang. Starts with a J. What great spiritual leader his name began with a J? Joe's name begins with a J. What other great spiritual leader's name began with a J? And then I realized Joe saved the Eagles. Do you guys ever listen to the Desperado album? There's one great song on it, and the rest, you wonder what were they thinking. He joins, and they come out with Hotel California, and the future was awesome. Joe, in the 70s, also looked like Jesus. Joe is still alive. He is Jesus. God spoke to us. It'll all be okay. This song I wrote, well, growing up in New York, living in New York. Well, there's a house I drive past on my way home from work every day, and I get the chill. They still have a yellow ribbon around the tree in front of their house after 9/11, and it's still there. They still have a picture of their dad. It's called Riverside. Fell down there, right by your side. No trace of the halo that you wore last time. I'm moving round there, looked up to see, tangled in the highway that you made for me. But time moves on, standing in the wreckage at your Riverside, walking on, caught between madness and joy. Smile, Riverside. I get carried away, tangled in the highway. Fades into gray, but time moves on, tangled in the wreckage at your Riverside, walking on, caught between madness and joy. Smile, Riverside. Standing in the wreckage at your Riverside, walking on, between madness and joy. Smile, another door. I can't stand the breaking of your pride. Riverside, Riverside, Riverside.
Nice job, Dave. Nice job.
Thank you, Joel. You just watch. Joe's going to run for Senate from Minnesota. What do we got?
Here comes the rain.
All right. This is the first single on our first record. We didn't even know we were going to have a single. We made this record to give to friends for fun, and all of a sudden we had a single.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got to talk?
We forgot we were filming.
Talk to, hey, I'm done. I have nothing else to say.
I'm not sure.
No, so,
I can't believe it.
so our first record we actually did make to give to friends. We put this band together because Mike and I said, well, we don't hate each other anymore. We should form a band. So we did. And Dave moved to New York. He played drums on the first record. And it was just the three of us. What happened now? Wait, first, like, you beat me to the mom thing. Then you thank everybody before I did. Now you're... So we made this record. And first, this website called Alternate Route picked it up.
Yeah.
I think it was WBJB on the Jersey Shore and Alternate Route were the first ones there. And from there, it went around Europe and then came back to the United States, across and came back. And lo and behold, we had this single. And this one we actually released right after the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy. And we donated all the proceeds from it, that we made from it, to Jersey Strong and Hurricane Relief, which was pretty cool to see that stuff happen. And being from there, we're pretty much back now. Can I stop talking now? No.
Bill's checking the pH levels.
Colgate. A C. It was a C. You got the C. Yeah. He just saved you. It's called Here Comes the Rain. Separate bar, bankers, lies in Cadillac. Telephone lights and all the good years that are never coming back. Get out on Sunday morning, you wash away the pain. Trevor rises with that warning, here comes the rain. Here comes the rain. Here comes the rain. We're drowning in salvation. Scaffolds down again. Separate bar, the devil and the rarity. Muddy waters in the basement, singing, here we go again. Yeah, line on Sunday morning to all away the pain. Jesus reckons with that warning, here comes the rain. salvation. Scaffolds down, falling down in this life. Roll me over in the grave of this life. Lay me down on this life. Falling down, here comes the rain. Here comes the rain. Right down in salvation. The scaffolds down again. Here comes the rain. Here comes the rain. Oh, God bless this broken nation. The scaffolds down. Thank you.
We gotta wait for Bill. We can talk to you.
You guys aren't sick of us yet? Jeez, you guys are so nice. I don't know.
We got a couple more songs.
Star Wars isn't out yet? Is that what-
Rolling audio. I like this part. Hello, America. We're waiting for Henry. And this song's called Hangnail. Whiplash and broken, 'cause we were unspoken. Still you are a hangnail. You were standing there, and I was not aware. And still you are. Still you are a hangnail. You showed up on Monday and looking like Sunday in the gleam of your eye. You were on my mind. You showed up on Monday and looking like Sunday with a cross in my hand. And still you are. Still you are unclear. Still you are unclear. Don't say no. Unclear. Baby, don't make me go. Unclear. Don't you want me to know? Hang guys want to say hi to your moms, or is it inappropriate?
Anybody want to sing something? Maybe at the end here, you guys, we can figure out something. Everybody can get on TV.
It's like navigation. At some point, you just get so tired of looking at a tuner, you got to tune by ear, you know? Musicians know.
That's what Bob
Bill
Dylan.
knows.
That's what Bob Dylan did. Look what happened to him.
We're waiting for Henry. This song is called Angel on the Run. I want to wish a happy birthday to my buddy Seth. And Seth isn't here, but if he is, happy birthday, Seth. And so many of us, as we get older, lose people in our lives. And I think we all come to realize that they never really leave us. And so I wrote this about an old girlfriend that I lost named Ellie, but I want to dedicate it tonight to Seth's sister Maya. And she's just another angel on the run, climbing another rung. Angel, come on down, see me once in a while. Angel, come on down, see me once in a while. As you climb another rung, gotta be moving on. Moving on. Angel, been so long since you walked the line. Angel, can I get you back here on the line? As you climb another run, gotta be moving on. Angel on the run. Would they stop and stare? Would they stop and stare? As you climb another run, gotta be moving on. Moving on. Angel of the moonlit night, watch you disappear from my side. You're out of sight. You're out of sight. On the run, stranger still. Been so long since I seen your smile. Angel, yeah, can I get you back here for a while? As you climb another run, yeah, you gotta be moving on. Angel on the run, yeah, moving on. Falling for everyone. Angel on the run, yeah. Angel on the run, yeah.
Dave, you didn't thank them. You didn't thank anybody. You didn't thank your mom. You didn't thank anybody. I'm really sorry about this. Who's the nice guy now, Dave?
You know, I feel like we could do the cruise ship thing. I think we could. On second thought.
Carnival? Carnival or Norwegian? What do you think? Or Disney?
Whatever's your fancy, Dave.
They throw us off Disney in about 35 seconds. Well, we want to thank you guys for coming out. We're waiting for Henry from Chicago, New Jersey, New York, and everywhere in between. And we do? All right, so we got one more, unless you guys go ape, you know what, crazy afterwards, and then we'll figure something out. But this is the last song off our first album. And it's about getting to a point in your life where, not that I'm there yet, but, you know, there's kind of more behind you than ahead. I'm
pretty sure.
I'm there?
Yeah. You're there?
You start imagining things that really happened. It's called Ghosts and Compromise. None of them happened, though. Where were you tonight? Where were you tonight? Came across this, longing for clouds in the rear view. And I came here for you, came here for ghosts and compromise for a million miles. All the way from Rockville, and all the love you never know, the gravity, the undertow, just let it go now, and raise a toast to everybody's ghost. Where were you tonight? Where were you tonight? Came across this, longing for lights in the rear view. And I came here for you, I came here for ghosts and compromise, and one last try to lose it for a lifetime. And all the love you never know, the skyways and the undertow, just let it go now, and raise a toast to everybody's ghost. Anybody's ghost, anybody, I don't want you know, can you raise a toast? Anybody's ghost, everybody, anybody, before you fall away from me, lost in all this time. Before you fall away from me, before you fall away, before you fall away from me, before you fall away, the ghost in you was everywhere tonight. Before you fall away from me, before you fall away, time. can you raise a toast? I don't know, do you know, can you be the most? Can you be the one for me tonight? I don't know, do you know, can you raise a toast? Can you be the most? Can you be the one for me tonight? Before you fall away, before you fall away, before you fall, the ghost in you is everywhere now. Before you fall away, before you fall away, before you fall, the ghost in you is everywhere. Thanks a lot. We're waiting for Henry. Norwood, Boston, extended play. You guys are awesome. Thank you for coming out. You got to give us the big reverb monster truck rally announcement for the encore. One.
I can't see, for fuck's sake.
What?
I can't see.
Did your mom hear that? Did your mom listen? Well, thank you guys. This is awesome. We drove up here at about 45 miles an hour. With much respect. 19 hours. And no, not really. This is just fantastic. You guys are amazing. Alternate route, extended play. You guys are amazing. And thanks for listening. So we're waiting for Henry. Henry got started back in about 1994 with Mr. Henry. And this is one of the songs we used to play back then. I'd like to send this one out to my buddy Paul, who saw us, sadly, back in about 1995. Before we really learned how to play our instruments, we were like the Monkees. We needed a backing track. It's called Finding Caroline, and this is we're covering ourselves here. So if we suck, you can't blame us. If I were a motel, you'd be the ice machine. Thank you. She says, come inside here, it's raining in your eyes. I will not be kind to let you linger. There's too much to believe in. It's hard to find the time, but God would hear the heart just like it's screaming. I'll be down at the station, waiting for a sign. It's alright, 'cause I'm finding Caroline. Finding Caroline. She got beans dyes. She could paint the red off of a blue day. She's cool as Picasso, contained his bodily, but God would hear the heart just like it's screaming anyway. Down at the station, waiting for a sign. It's alright, 'cause I'm finding Caroline. Finding Caroline. Coming kinds of fade in time. Finding Caroline. She will build a million, give it all away. She will write a novel about the pain. She will find a patron, 'cause we all need a sin sometimes. Finding Caroline. Finding Caroline. Finding Caroline. We're coming gone to fade in time. But I'm finding Caroline.
Lord, take these guns from me. No, we can't shoot them anymore. Don't you know it's getting dark, it's getting too dark to see. But I feel like we're knocking on heaven's door. Feel like Caroline. Feel like Caroline.
Knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door. Feel like finding Caroline. Finding Caroline. Coming gone to fade in time. Finding Caroline. Thanks. We're going to give you guys a break now. We're waiting for Henry. Thanks for listening.
So for those of you who are new here tonight, it's the show is always followed by an interview. So in about 5-10 minutes, we will reassemble and the band will talk about their music. And our partner in the food is Patriot Tavern is open afterwards, so they encourage people to come down Route 1A and meet them. And it's a great opportunity to check out our local artist who's selling stuff, and more importantly for the band, the merch table. So feel free to wander around. And the bar is still open for a bit, so feel free to stop by.
Check, check. Hi, everybody. If anybody wants to go up to the merch table, it's back there. They got CDs, posters, handshakes, maybe some hugs, you know. Merch table. Thank you.
Check one. There you go. How's that? All right. Dave and everybody, come on.
Perhaps. That's all right. Mike.
Brothers.
She said jumping up and down. She said she spilled her.
Bill? Bill? Yeah. I need your help, buddy.
What do you need?
PC problem.
That's what was funny. It's just like the gloves are off. It's fucking each other a little bit. Just to each other. And we've been waiting. You know? That's a lot of fun.
My mom's text is, Dave, just loved it, fantastic, couldn't sit still, stood the whole time, fantastic.
Your guitar was nice and shiny.
Real happy. Looked as though he did. It was great. I love a beer and a water.
There's water right here.
Water's more important. I got water. Just like a lager, you know, nothing too handle the hops. Hopless. You even mentioned your dear old mum. Geez, wind down. A job well done. It was terrific.
Cheerio, Dave.
No
Cheerio.
swearing, please. No swearing. Very nice of us. Where the fuck is Sam?
Oh, great.
Man. I went to hit
I
the
heard a
first
little
solo.
too much of Dave.
Yeah, I went to hear the first solo and I hit my tuning pedal, which my guitar went off.
Yeah,
And then 3 or 4 songs in, I didn't have my volume up. I was going, what's going on?
yeah, the chair's already here. What are you doing?
You're right here, Dave.
Grab a chair. She said, grab a chair.
Slide that, give that mic to Mike.
Here, Mike.
No, why? No, that's both.
That's Bill's mic.
I don't want to talk. It's you. What are you, Roger Dog? That's mine.
Is this look at this. Hello. Oh, do it. Someone's going to get a fucking mic in my head. I want to say hi to Steve.
Mute these, please.
I was born in the middle of a heartache. Doctor said I would never be right. Not 2 hours old, I jumped at the cradle, stole my dad's car and went out all night. Some men are born to live by the letter, raise a good family and shine the light. Some men are born to make the world better, but I was born for Saturday night. I was born in the middle of a heartache, came out smoking a cigarette. Mama said, son, it's time to come home. I said, the nurse is good looking, I ain't gone yet. Some men are born to live by the letter, raise a good family and shine the light. Some men are born to make the world better, but I was born for Saturday night. I was born for Saturday night. I was born for S-A-T-U-R-D-Y night up, jump on and I feel now. I don't know how it goes. Come on, darling, don't need no warning. I'll be home in time for church on Sunday morning. Am I in trouble? I was born in the middle of a heartache, came out sucking on a fifth of Jim Beam. Mama said, son, it's time to come home. I said, don't worry, Dad, I ain't. I said, my son, you're a little bit young. I said, don't worry, Dad, I ain't driving. Some men are born to live by the letter, raise a good family and shine the light. Some men are born to make the world better, but I was born for Saturday night. I was born for Saturday night. I was born for Saturday night. I was born for. Woo!
All right.
Sorry. I had to make up for spilling my beer. I don't think I did.
All right, Jerry. Up top. I'm rolling. Roll audio. Roll cameras. Jerry, make sure you got this in. Nat, you got it?
Ow.
Gentlemen. Been a long time coming. I've been waiting for Henry.
I think we started talking about this in 2013. We were all
Yep.
teenagers then.
You know, I got a call from Eric Amble, and he said, I got this new project I just worked on, Waiting for Henry. And he sent me a record, or you sent me this record.
Yeah.
It was,
Well, it has been a few years. I may have to refresh you. I don't want to.
go ahead.
You're refreshing me. I was working with a publicist named Patrice Phelan. I just moved to New York, and she works closely with Eric. And I was into the Americana thing, so I know I've spoken with Eric, and I think he's into Wayhoos, and obviously he was Joan Jett's original guitarist, right?
Del Lords.
And the Del Lords. Yeah, you know.
You're
You
in
know
his
the story.
Corvette?
Yeah.
Can't forget
But I can't
Henry's
remember
Corvette.
how it all came about. But I think I sent you the Escuela record.
That's right.
Produced by Eric Amble.
That's right.
There we got it.
That's right. It was the Escuela record, and then I got the record from the publicist, and that was one of those. That was one of those records that, I get it, and I put it in, and I got a stack this high, and I put it in, and I'm listening to it. I get maybe halfway through the second song, and I'm like, all right, that's it. And then I start writing. And I remember I wrote a raving review on that album, man, because that album kicked my ass.
I remember it too.
So,
My wife was really pissed off at you.
me?
Yeah, you encouraged us.
Oh, God, yeah. I've heard that before.
He's not kidding.
She's probably not the only one. So let's go back to the very beginning. I mean, you talked a little bit about this in the during the show. Where you guys were together, and the rival. So take me back to the beginning.
So Dave and I were in a band at a little school in the middle of New York State called Colgate University. And
Is that all you got?
Hold on. Can I tell you?
and you went to where? Obviously Cornell.
I went to a safety school.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get in there. So yes, I didn't get into Wesleyan, so I went to Colgate, met Dave, and we were in a band called the Repercussions there. Any talking to this? All right. The repercussions there. And we had a blast. We covered REM, The Replacements, Fine Young Cannibals. What else did we do? Elvis. It was a really awful good band. We played, basically we started at about 2 in the morning and finished at 4, so that's how good we were. You could tell where we started out. And Mike was actually in a good band at the school, and we didn't like them because they were better than us. I think we were more fun, but they were definitely better. So
Were we more fun?
I think we were more fun.
Mike,
Sorry, Mike.
I don't know about that.
Oh, really? Okay, then we were better and you were more fun.
No, we just had better people in our band. Just more fun, better musicians, all around. You know. I don't know about that, but
So
we hated them.
give me.
You had to go. This is, hold on, this is, we knew, where was that therapist? This is really good. I think we have an opportunity here to work this out. And Bill, you brought us this opportunity to perform, to work through like some issues we have, and
You see?
So Mike, so we got to New York City. We graduated. I moved to New York City because I didn't have a job. And where do you go when you don't have a job? You go to New York City because nobody has jobs. And then you get a job. And Mike actually moved to New York City and had a job, so he's still better than me, right? This is all coming out now. And Mike and I, we kept ending up literally for 2 years at the same shows, at Sunvolt, at Wilco, at Bottle Rockets, who Eric Gamble produced. And
Bottle Rockets.
And we
played
like
here.
at first I think we'd look across the
Buffalo
Mercury,
Tom.
Buffalo Tom. We'd look across the Mercury Lounge like this, like. and then after probably a couple of years, we're like, maybe we should talk because we went to, we kind of did the same shows. We're like, obviously, and I think the first time we chatted, we're like, oh, we should actually be friends because we like the same music and.
Yeah, so Dave invited me over. He's like, I have a shoebox full of songs. Let's kind of work them out. So we sat in the studio, and we never really talked to each other. We just sat down and we started playing music. And I think the first song we ever played was Riverside together. And we're like, this is great stuff. And then we're like, okay, let's just keep on playing. And then we formed a band around it. And
You go your influences. I mean, obviously, when you're the on-stage influences, you can hear the Sunvolt and the REM and the Replacements, and there's other things that creep in there. Probably you might be aware of or not. Beat Farmers.
That's good.
So, but do you go back to the points that influenced them? Do you go back into?
I just think we try and write a song, and it's like whatever we got is what we got, and the best songs we got. I don't think about.
But we did, on the first record, we actually thought about, we loved alt country, which, when it first happened, which was Sunvolt. Uncle Tupelo pretty much invented the genre in a way. But then, I guess there were bands before them, but they.
Oh yeah, if you want to go to
alt
alt country, you got to go back to Carl Perkins, and you have to go back into Sun Rockabilly. You really have to go back into. There's a lot of things that happened before, and even I mean, the Del Lords happened before Sun Volt, and the Del Lords happened before Uncle Tupelo.
And the Silos. I was a huge
The Silos.
fan.
The Silos was another band that happened before that. There were a slew of others, and you talked about it too tonight a little bit. You can say that, those first 3 Eagles albums were alt country albums, and they definitely were. They were, there was I don't know what they called it then, easy rock or southern rock, or then there was America, and there was Firetown, and there was, some
Burrito Brothers.
yeah, the Burrito Brothers, the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, and they were doing stuff that influenced a lot of what those bands in the 90s were doing. But they brought something else. Jason and the Scorchers brought something else to it.
We were trying to. One thing I think we thought about was we had these songs, and when we went to produce it, we did it ourselves. We kind of didn't know what we were doing. We literally made it for friends because we were going to give it to like friends and family. And we said, well, what if we put together all country, which is like Wilco and Sunvolt, Silos, that kind of thing, and trying to put it together with the stuff that we loved when we were kids, REM, all the the college rock of the 80s, and Husker Du, Replacements. I tried to put the two together, and the cool thing was we did it by accident, and then this thing we made for friends and family got around like press and blogs in Europe, and that's what people picked out of it. They said, all right, it's college alt rock country. And it was exciting to feel like, all right, we're trying to do something with it, and they got it. And that was fun.
Yeah, they saw the influences, but they definitely knew it was something different.
Well, there's influences, but that's waiting for Henry. I mean,
Right.
there's this is a band, and it's got a very distinct sound, and it's not a knockoff of anything. I think there's certainly obvious influences there that you can see, but you can see that with any band. You could have seen that with the Beatles and the Rolling Stones were.
We're still better than Mike's college band. I just wanted, just for the record.
Mike, bring your college band here, and let's have a. Let's have a band.
You're on.
Let's have a band off.
Band off.
So first time here, Fallout Shelter.
Yeah.
Dave,
What?
what do you think?
Oh man, this was awesome. I was literally, as you get older, you just really appreciate the experience in general when you get on stage, even if, we may not be where we'd maybe like to be or, truly touring type thing, but to be treated, like it matters and have an audience that wants to listen and you're not trying to put across anything but your music. Whereas when you're playing in a club, you're dealing with you're at the mercy of the tide, the mercy of who you're playing with and your sound guy that night, and it's a blizzard outside and people showed up and so I'm really moved by it, and I think I'm terrified to watch the tape, but I'm certain that what comes across, I'm imagining, is because I think, something happened with the band tonight. We really just got into it and just really enjoyed it. And my mom, who's still listening, God bless her. It's not that late there, actually, Mom. She texted me and she said, no more swearing. But I think this is as good a time any as to introduce our new drummer, Rob Draghi.
Yeah.
And before I hand him the mic, and you can grill him a little bit maybe, what's awesome is I'm a former drummer, and I played on the first record. The deal was, I'll play drums on this record if you let me be your guitarist.
And we were hesitant.
And I had to threaten to quit the band, because I was like, we're going to be better if I get out from behind the
And
kit.
we auditioned a lot of drummers. And
That's right. That's why we're so happy to seal our deal with, the future, our Lord Savior Joe Walsh, because we sold our soul to Dave to get him
Hold
to play
on.
drums on the first
Stop
record.
right now. So, anyway, just speaking from I'm such a jerk as a band guy, like with my songs and like the way I talk to drummers. I just can't help it because I hear what I want. And like my whole life, it's been a problem. And
Where's
it's
that
like
from?
playing with Ringo, because I'll be like, I got this new song, and I'll be like, it kind of goes like this, and it kind of goes. He's like, play it, just play it. I mean, but it's got this part, and then it maybe do this, and I'm thinking maybe then he's like, play it, and he'll just start playing, and I never have to go. Well, you should go to the ride there, maybe in that little bridge. It's like he just does the fills. So without any further ado, our Ringo.
Yeah. And so Rob and I reconnected. God, it had to be 10, 12 years ago. I was filming a video for somebody way out in the Western Mass or upstate New York. I don't even remember where it was, but he was the drummer that night, and we filmed in this little club, and it was it was pretty wild, but it was I can't believe you remembered that, man. I drew a complete blank. I don't even remember the.
You told us we were your first band.
Yeah, you always have to say
Could you excuse us for a second?
He was a session guy. He was a session guy for this video shoot that we did.
Exactly.
But he was great. He was great. So, are you coming to this band with this kind of, you know, this kind of music thing, is that your, you know, is that your thing?
The influences.
The-
Yeah, a lot of it. I mean, I just love songs. You know, like a really good song. So what I listen to mostly are singer-songwriters, and I listen to a lot of jazz. That's thing I like. But when I'm listening to vocal music, it's a lot of just singer-songwriter, like really simple, really rootsy. Got to know with the song, you know. So and I really connected, you know, with the songs. One of the first songs he played for was Gutterball, and I didn't even know the band that well. So I'm on Spotify. I'm listening to. I'm blown away.
Yeah.
You know, so now like that song has such a connection for me. You know, I just lyrically in the whole thing. So yeah, I always connect with that. That's always what I'm looking for.
That's one of the things about this band that's just not really that's not out there enough is if you really get into these songs, if you really listen to the lyrics to these songs, these are killer songs. You know, I mean, I still think "Buy American" is just that's anthemic to me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, that's just an anthem to me, and it's got such great meaning right now. I mean, it's like that song could have been written 6 weeks ago. You know. So go ahead, Rob. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but yes.
Yeah. So when I got to get together with these guys, the songs were just it was so obvious. You know, it was just so obvious. So I had known Mike previously for several years, I guess, at that point, and I'd heard the first record when it came out, really liked it, and then maybe it's like a year, 2 years when he said, "Hey,
we needed a live drummer because Dave wanted to play guitar." And so we're like, really? I mean, so we auditioned drummers, and drummers are like, I know this guy, Rob. It's like, brought him in, done deal.
Ringo.
Hey, do you need a live album?
We need a live album.
Do you need a live album?
We thought we
You
were.
just did one. You just did one.
But in all honesty, when you first wanted us to play, we thought we sucked, and we were afraid to come on stage.
Well, it was a long time ago.
It was a long time
You
ago.
know, it was a long time. It was probably, I'm thinking it was at least 4 years ago. It's got to be at least 4 or 5 years ago. You know?
But we were still formulating our lineup. You know.
After we recorded the first album by accident, we got into North by Northeast, which is a big conference up in Toronto. It's kind of the South by Southwest of the North. It's for those who don't have the gas money to get past Minneapolis. And we got this review. It said this band has clearly been together for years. They're used to long nights in roadhouses of endless sets, and it was our third show, and it was our first show with Dave playing guitar because the guitar player who was supposed to play had his passport stolen out of his bag on his way from the last gig to the airport the next night.
We were panicking.
So something happened where they said they just felt like, all right, this band is almost the Drive-By Truckers, but not quite. And I was like, you know what? We'll be not quite the Drive-By Truckers. This is our third show. Thank you. We're happy to be almost anything if we're on our third show.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, so let's talk about now where we're headed now in the future. There's a new album out. What are the immediate plans?
Well, we're going to record with Tommy Stinson in a few weeks of The Replacements. and
Nice.
Passion Pop. and
Nice.
Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses.
We don't usually like to put that part in.
You know what's really weird? I'm just going to tell you guys right now. I had a dream the other night that somebody told me that I reminded them of somebody in a band. And I'm like, who? And they're like, Buckethead. And I'm like, what do you mean, Buckethead? And I'm like, have you seen him? They said, have you seen him without the bucket? And I'm like, no. And they're like, well, that's what you look like. I'm like, but why does he put a bucket over his head? Anyway, it was a nightmare. But anyway, we're going to record with Tommy Stinson. And we've got like 5 or 6 songs.
Dude, that wasn't a dream. We were chatting in the car on
This
the way
happened.
from the airport to rehearsal.
We
Yeah, that was
wanted you to put a bucket on your head tonight.
Right?
Yeah,
It
so
was
back in February, we got this call. We were going to a few of us were going to go down and see Tommy Stinson. He just put out a new record with his band Bash and Pop.
It's
And he was-
awesome.
he
We
was
just
a
listened to it in the Blizzard.
genius, and he's the Jason Kidd of rock and roll. Whatever band he's in, he makes better. He takes like at least to the finals if they don't win. You know, he was in the Guns. Anybody who's in Guns N' Roses for 17 years, you gotta be a genius. And he held the mat. I think he was,
He's the only guy
part of
that's
the
been in
mats.
Guns N' Roses.
For 17 years. That's true.
Him and the original light guy and maybe the bus driver. That's it. That's usually the reunion tour. It's
So-
one guy and the bus driver. And yeah, I did lights for them back in the 90s. Yes. Oh, you're an original member of the band.
So back in February, we were gonna go see Tommy play at WBJB, which is a public rock music station down the Jersey Shore. And the music director there has been a big supporter of Waiting for Henry. He knew we were coming because he knew we were big. Jeff Raspy, who's a rock god, and should join a band one day because he's that cool. And so we're going down to see their open house. Tommy was going to play, getting in the car, and it's a snowstorm. It's like 10 inches of snow. And Jeff knew that we were coming, so getting in the car, and all of a sudden a text comes in. Did you leave yet? No. Tommy just canceled. Text back, figured that. Okay, won't go. No. No what? Put your guitar in the car. Why? You're playing. But it's 12 inches of snow. I don't care. You're playing. Okay. Tommy can't come. You're playing. Okay, we're coming. Got in the car, drove it like 25 miles an hour. Got there half an hour late. There's all these Guns N' Roses fans, and I show up with an acoustic guitar. I don't know December rain, November rain, September rain. I can't even. Welcome to the jungle, something like that. I just know that from like basketball games, and they had a Grammy award-winning engineer because Tommy was going to play, so doing sound. This was awesome, and it ended up being a fantastic show. It's just off. It was a night like this. It was just one of those really fun, joyous nights of music, and nobody expected anything cool, and something really cool happened. And after that, we started talking to Jeff. So, what if we did a record replacing the replacement? We had a couple of songs like this, and then Tommy produced a few. And then it turned into Tommy actually getting together and producing songs for the record. And we just can't wait because he's a genius, and everything he touches turns to at least mud, if not gold. But I like mud better than gold. So.
And we're recording with good Tommy, not bad Tommy.
That we are. Yes.
Yeah, you got to make sure you get good Tommy. Yeah, because there's two Tommies.
No, he was just wrapping up the Bash and Pop tour, and we were supposed to record earlier, and his manager was like, "It's bad Tommy, want to postpone?" We're like, "Yes."
But if anything happens tonight good in your life, go home and go on Spotify or YouTube and look up Tommy's new album by Bash and Pop called Anything Can Happen and listen to it. God, guy's a genius.
Let's get to the serious. Let's get to a serious side for just a minute. Let me ask. You're a band that, in a perfect world, this would be a big thing. This would be a band that gets their due. What's missing for independent musicians?
We're old.
Oh no, that's irrelevant in this world. Yeah, that's irrelevant in the world
I think
anymore.
it's true because I think people doing rock today are not kids anymore. I don't hear a lot of rock on the radio. People that are doing rock, their age at least begins with a 3.
Oh, at least.
Other than that, it's pop and it's. But I think I don't know. For us, I think it's like a joy. The fact that we're doing this, the fact that I feel like we're part of the alternate route family, and doing this tonight, you can make music and get it out there and have this feeling that we're all feeling tonight about cool music and cool moments, and you don't have to have a giant record company trying to see if you can make. I have tons of friends over the years who've gotten signed, and that was the kiss of death. And I think because of the internet, which you can't make the money. I don't know that you can put food on your table or laces in your kid's shoes today, but you can get your music out there and do it. And I think if that's your goal, and I feel like that's our goal, and if we can do more, we've already done more than we thought we were because it's an accident. We literally made the first record to give to friends and family, and it ended up going to Europe and then coming back here and going all around here, and we're here tonight. So it's just that's to me this is awesome.
Yeah.
And I remember driving home one Easter Sunday with my wife, and from Fishkill, driving back to the city, and it was late, and my wife turned on the radio, and literally at that moment, 104.3 in the city was like, new band, waiting for Henry. I pulled over, we're like, what?
That same night, I got a text from a friend who said, dude, I was on the George Washington Bridge, and I heard, is this you guys? And then, you know, we spent the winter in heavy rotation on with Mike Marone playing us on the Loft on Sirius, and it's all an accident. It's all an accident. So it's a joy. I think if we were trying to put, I guess, buy Bentleys or maybe even just put laces in our kids' shoes, it might be a problem. But I think if you're just trying to make music and have people listen, have people find it, and find the love fest in it, then I think it's a great time for that.
Well, if this is making a difference in the lives of independent musicians, it's why we do it. We have this place for this sole purpose, is to level the playing field, give people an opportunity to come in, create something that's on par with the people that have boatloads of cash. I spent 15 years on the road as the promotion manager for the Northeast for Atlantic Records, and I've seen massive, I worked with the biggest bands in the world at the time, and after a while, when I left Atlantic, I ran a little record label after that for a while, for about 5 years, and said, there's much better music out there than is being pushed by the gatekeepers. And that's what I set out to do, was to find the stuff that was out there that the gatekeepers, weren't getting paid to push.
So wait, let's talk about Boston bands, because I grew up on Boston bands. Neighborhoods?
I worked with the Neighborhoods for years.
Dave Menahan is guy. I've never seen a cooler rock star god than David Menahan, who never looked at his fingers and would go from this end of the guitar to this end of the guitar and back while he's singing, while he's doing that.
Jumping.
And jumping.
As much as it's blasphemy, I think that the biggest bands that came out of Boston, I think, were probably, for me at least, the worst bands that came out of Boston. I was never a fan of Boston. I hated them from the first note I ever heard. I was never a fan of Aerosmith. I was never a fan of
Dump Truck.
I was never a big fan of the Cars. But man, Juliana Hatfield, the Neighborhoods, the Lemonheads. I mean, those were bands.
Incredible Casuals. Remember that?
Incredible Casuals, the Del Fuegos. Was there a better band ever?
Big Dipper. Big Dipper. Ron Klaus wrecked his house.
There was never a better band in Boston than the Del Fuegos for me.
Buffalo Tom.
Buffalo Tom.
Buffalo Tom.
And now there's a lot of great music coming out of this town. Girls, Guns, and Glory is a killer band. That's a great band coming out of here. And then we have some of the best musicians that I've ever seen on this stage. I don't know if you know Dave DiCenzo, the drummer Dave DiCenzo.
My name.
Yeah. I mean, Dave DiCenzo and Kenny Clark, that's a guy with a Hammond B3 and a drummer, and they just absolutely swamped the room. Just wore it out. And I just, tonight was a special night. It was a really special night for me. I know it was a special night for everybody here. And,
thank you, Bill.
I want to thank you guys for coming, and I also want to, you got a new album that you're working on? And when it's done, how about you come back and you have the album released for Boston right here?
Oh, man.
Sold.
Thank you guys.
Got it.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Bill. That's awesome. We're doing it.
Dude, done.
Peace.
Done.
That's fucking
You're
awesome.
back. You're back. You have an album release party in Boston.
Thank you, guys. You guys are so awesome. Everybody be safe tonight, yeah? If you need a hovercraft or something to come through, call in the...